You twist the pepper grinder without thinking. A few black specks fall onto your plate. The whole motion takes maybe 2 seconds. You've probably done it thousands of times without ever pausing to consider what just happened. But here's something that might change how you see those 2 seconds. Each grain in that grinder started as a green berry on a vine in a tropical jungle. It was hand-picked by a farmer at precisely the right moment, dried under the sun for days, sorted by hand, shipped across oceans, and ground into existence right there at your table. The process hasn't fundamentally changed in 4,000 years. And the journey from vine to grinder is far stranger than you'd expect. Black pepper comes from Piper nigrum, a flowering vine that climbs trees in the humid forests of South India, Vietnam, and Indonesia. The plant is surprisingly demanding. It needs consistent rainfall temperatures between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius and partial shade from taller trees. It takes 3 to 4 years to mature before producing its first harvest. When it finally does, clusters of tiny green berries appear along hanging spikes, each spike holding 50 to 60 individual fruits. Timing the harvest is everything. Farmers watch for a specific moment when the berries are full-sized but still green, with just 1 or 2 at the base of each spike beginning to turn yellow. Too early, and the piperine, the compound that gives pepper its bite, hasn't fully developed. Too late, and the berries fall off or turn red, changing the flavor profile entirely. The harvest window lasts only a few weeks each year. Workers climb ladders or shimmy up support poles, hand-picking each spike individually. There's no machine that can do this work effectively. The vines are too fragile, the berries too delicate, the timing too precise for automation. In Vietnam alone, over 95,000 farms produce pepper this way. Most are family operations, covering less than 2 hectares each. The same hands that plant the vines are the hands that pick the berries year after year, generation after generation. Here's the thing nobody tells you about how pepper actually becomes pepper. Fresh peppercorns don't taste like pepper at all. They're mildly spicy, almost fruity with a sharp green flavor. The transformation happens entirely during drying. After harvest, workers spread the green berries on bamboo mats or concrete platforms under open sky. The traditional method uses direct sunlight, with workers turning the berries every few hours for even exposure. Temperature matters. Humidity matters more. If it rains during drying, the entire batch can develop mold and become worthless. Over 3 to 7 days, something remarkable happens inside each berry. The outer skin shrivels and darkens as moisture escapes. Enzymes break down, releasing volatile oils. The piperine concentrates. What started as a smooth green sphere slowly becomes the wrinkled black shell you recognize. But here's where quality separates from commodity. Industrial processors use mechanical dryers that blast hot air at 60 to 70 degrees Celsius, finishing in 24 hours. It's efficient, consistent, and produces most of the world's pepper. Traditional sun drying takes longer but develops more complex flavor. Compounds. The slow process preserves aromatics that flash drying destroys. After drying, the peppercorns are sorted by size and density. Workers shake each batch through progressively finer mesh screens. The largest, heaviest corns command premium prices. Lightweight or broken pieces become ground pepper or oleoresin extract for industrial food production. The final step is sterilization. Most importing countries require treatment to kill potential bacteria. Steam sterilization is gentler but expensive. Ethylene oxide is cheaper but controversial. Some specialty producers skip treatment entirely, betting on careful handling instead. But the strangest part isn't the drying or the sorting. It's that every color of pepper comes from the exact same berry. Black pepper is picked green and dried with the skin on. White pepper is picked ripe and soaked until the skin falls off, leaving only the inner seed. Green pepper is picked young and either freeze-dried or brined to preserve the color. Red pepper is the fully ripe berry dried quickly before it spoils. Same plant, same berry. 4 completely different products. The difference is entirely in timing and processing. Here's where the story flips. India invented pepper cultivation 4,000 years ago. For most of history, it dominated global production. The Malabar coast was literally called the Pepper Coast. Today, India ranks third. Vietnam produces over 40% of the world's black pepper, followed by Brazil. The shift happened in just 30 years, driven by aggressive agricultural investment and higher yield varieties. The ancient spice that once made Indian merchants rich now primarily enriches Vietnamese farmers. Geography matters less than efficiency in the modern pepper trade. So next time you reach for that grinder, here's what to actually notice. Smell the pepper before you grind it. If there's no aroma, the volatile oils have faded. Good peppercorns should smell sharp and slightly floral even before cracking. Look at the size consistency. Uniform large corns mean careful sorting. Mixed sizes with broken pieces suggest bulk commodity grade. Check the origin. Vietnamese pepper tends toward bold, straightforward heat. Indian Malabar has more complexity with citrus and wood notes. Cambodian Kampot, one of the world's most prized varieties, carries an almost eucalyptus-like quality. Grind it fresh. Pre-ground pepper loses up to 40% of its aromatic compounds within weeks. Those volatile oils that developed during sun-drying evaporate the moment you crack the shell. What you're tasting isn't just heat. It's the result of careful timing, patient drying, and a journey that crosses continents. The 2 seconds it takes to twist that grinder compress 4,000 years of agricultural knowledge into a few black specks on your plate. Next time you season your food, you're not just adding flavor. You're completing a process that started on a jungle vine half a world away. That's the process. We reveal how things are actually made one story at a time. If there's something you'd like us to explore next, let us know. Until then, trust the process.